Greetings and welcome, students. We are on lecture number 30 and I'm your teacher Ambika, and I'm going to teach you how to write a good job application. You would feel slightly odd about this part of your syllabus because a lot of you may know people who apply to jobs not via this route, because there are application portals, there are various systems these days. The world has evolved and there is just, different modes of doing things. If people apply to jobs these days, the conventional way of writing a biodata like CBSE asks you to is usually not there. They ask for more like the modes are usually varied. I won't be able to specify what exactly is happening in the entire world because there is no one way that people are applying to jobs. The job market is competitive. People apply via portals, professional portals like LinkedIn. Some people go to the company's websites directly and apply to jobs. And some people have their resume or CV or biodata uploaded on websites like or job services like employment services like Monster Jobs and Naukri.com and so on and so forth. So you might feel like this is not practical for you, that this is not how you are going to apply for jobs, or this is not how you are seeing your seniors or your brother, sister, or your cousins or your neighbors applying for jobs. So you might find it a slightly old-fashioned way that we are doing it here, but just keep in mind that it's not about doing it exactly how they are telling you in the CBSE format, but understanding what's the essence of it. The essence of it is still like, even if you are applying through a website today, or through LinkedIn or through any other platform, most people still, they want a cover letter from you. What is a cover letter? These are some, like, let's talk about the terms first. So when you're applying to a job, there is something called a cover letter. What's a cover letter? A cover letter is the letter that goes with your CV or resume or biodata. These terms these days are used interchangeably by people, but all of them have different meanings. If you go into the history of each term, biodata, resume and CV, you would find that they have a difference in between them, amongst themselves. It's not like they mean the same thing, but in today's world, people use these terms quite interchangeably. And I would say that biodata is kind of old-fashioned in a way now. The more used terminology is resume and curriculum vitae, whatever people call it, CV. So I'll tell you a little bit about that as well, but understand what's a cover letter. So say you have written all of your particulars down in terms of your qualification, your professional experience, every other detail about you that are required for the particular job. So with that, you also send a letter to the prospective employer. So you have seen a newspaper advertisement for which is a job vacancy, like, or you've seen a classified ad. We did classified ads. So it's a classified ad that you've seen. Maybe they have printed a bigger ad in the newspaper, or maybe you've seen it on one of their job portals online. So you've seen some advertisement against which you are writing a job application letter. And I don't know why I always forget to tell you how many marks this question holds, because as if that's not significant, it's significant. The question would be for 5 marks. If you are being asked this question in the exam, then this will be of 5 marks. And as we see the current format for CBSE and the current syllabus guideline by CBSE, this would be in an internal choice. It would have an internal choice with an editorial letter. So editorial letter, job application letter, you have to do both, because I am not going to prioritize one over the other. It is completely up to you what you want to attempt in the exam. So from the practical point of view, this is very important because you would be writing cover letters for your own jobs as well, even if you're applying through a company's own website. So just because everything has gone online does not mean this is of no significance. I am glad that this job application part is there in your syllabus because this is something that would be of most use to you. All of the other things are also helping your reading, writing, communication and everything, but job applications are a part and parcel of your professional life, and you would be writing, I hope you don't have to write a lot of job applications, like you just get the first best job and your life is set. But usually it's not like that. People keep applying to jobs, and whenever, even if you are uploading your CV to a portal, they ask you to write a short cover letter, or if you are, say, writing directly to the MD of a company, say there is no job vacancy. There are cases where there are no job vacancies, but you're cold pitching yourself, your resume to somebody, and you are writing directly to that MD, that secretary, and asking for a job. So even if you're writing an email and not writing a traditional letter, the language has to be learnt, right? So it's not like it is of no use to you. The conventional way of writing is still of use, even if you are using a job portal, job application, website portal. ATS system is very common these days. So yeah, so this question will be of 5 marks, and you have a word limit of 120 to 150 words. And in those 120 to 150 words, you have to write the cover letter, the letter that goes with your CV or biodata or resume, whatever is the term that you're using, and then you have to write a short biodata also. Now, I am usually asked this question, what's the difference between a biodata, resume and CV? Cover letter is clear, I know. The letter that you write to the employer that goes along with the biodata, CV or resume. In this cover letter you write, please give me a job, I've seen you at the advertisement, but you write in a formal way. Whatever I'm saying, please give me a job, you write this in a formal way. Coming to the terms resume, CV and biodata. See, biodata refers to biographical data, and it's usually a lengthy document that covers a lot about your life, including your name, place of birth, your nationality, the languages that you speak, your father's name, your mother's name, your educational qualification, your professional qualification, your hobbies, your references, your address, everything is there in biodata. So biodata is biographical data. It's a longer document. A lot of people, I don't know how much is your knowledge about it, but those who are getting married arranged way, like the matchmaking way in India, when somebody makes a match for you, like your family is looking for a boy or girl for you, and they're looking for a prospective partner, a spouse for you, they make a very lengthy document which includes everything. Like if you like cooking, that's there in that document. If you have done masters, that's there in that document. So a lot of your details, lengthy details about your life are there in biodata. So biodata is traditionally, a longer document. But in today's time, the terms are interchangeably used. Like when people say, give me your CV, they just mean a document which contains your educational and professional qualifications and experience. When they say, give me your resume, they mean the same thing. Biodata is not a term which is very commonly used in the professional context in today's time. Most people say biodata or say resume or CV, and not biodata. So biodata is like, when it comes to the marriage market, the term is very common, but not in the professional. Like if you are going to a company these days, they don't ask for a biodata, they ask you for a CV or resume. So biodata refers to biographical data, which includes all of the information of your life. And if we talk about our country's context, like if we have the Indian context, it is usually for the marriage market. But in CBSE, the CV is the biodata, is the resume. Okay, so the three terms are being used interchangeably. When it comes to the term curriculum vitae, or some people call it vitae, some people call it Vita, some people call it white tea, Vitae. All of these are like different pronunciations of the same term called curriculum vitae. I usually call it vitae, but you can, if you go to YouTube, you will hear so many different pronunciations of the same term. It's a Latin term, and this term means the course of life, the course of your life. So you give a detailed history of your life, not like a biodata, but professional history of your life. So in CV, you write educational qualification, your experience, your degrees, qualification, all of these things, the basic things that are important from the job point of view are there in a CV, in a curriculum vitae, okay, in a CV. CV is the short term of curriculum vitae, because not everyone is going to say curriculum vitae or vita. And resume is a French term, and it's also a professional summary of your life. Different people have different ways of differentiating between biodata, CV and resume. Some people say resume is slightly longer than a CV. Some people say no, CV is longer than a resume. Some people say no, biodata can also be used as a term in the professional context. But I would tell you, in CBSE, they still call it a biodata most of the time. But if they write the term CV or resume, you should not be confused. They are asking you the same thing. So from the CBSE point of view, you will remember that whether they are writing biodata or CV or resume, they mean the same thing. And they have a strict format for that. So first look at a question. I'm so sorry, my pointer has fallen off, so I'll have to make some effort to pick it up. So I'll be back. Yeah, so let's take a look at a question here. Bal Vidya Public School, Bhilai urgently requires a postgraduate teacher. So the vacancy is for a postgraduate teacher, and the person is going to teach political science. The subject that the teacher has to teach is also given, for which they have placed an advertisement in the Bhilai Express. So the name of the newspaper is given to us. It is Bhilai Express. Okay. The post, the vacant post is for a postgraduate teacher. Okay. PG teacher. And that person is applying for the subject political science. Okay. And you are Sanjana Sharma from 21 Vasant Mark, Bhilai. So you are the job applicant. CBSE is asking you to imagine that you are the job applicant, and your name is given here, Sanjana, and this is your address. Draft a letter including a CV. Here they are using the term CV. So they just mean biodata, resume, whatever. They are not using all three terms together, but I have told you that if any of the terms is used, please understand it. Applying for the advertised post. So this question has to be attempted. But when they ask you to apply with a CV, they are also asking you to write a letter, cover letter. Cover letter is a letter that you would give with a CV. So let's take a look at it. What's the format? The format is that you write, like whenever you are writing a letter formally, you have to write sender's address, date, addressee's address, subject, salutation. These are basic things whenever you are writing in a formal capacity and addressing a letter. We did this in the invitations replies also, like when you are writing a letter, inviting somebody, the format is the same for the sender's address, date, addressee's address, subject, salutation. The same formality is practiced here as well, and it will be the same formality even in an editorial letter when you are writing a letter to the editor. है ना? ठीक है? So this is simple. So your address is given there in the question. If you want to take a look at it again, see, they have given that your name is this, you are from Vasant Marg, Bhilai, and you have seen the advertisement in Bhilai Express. So you would write your sender's address, you would write the address that's given to you. So sender's address is the first thing that is there on top left hand corner, then you write, leaving a line here, you write date, then you are addressing the letter to somebody. They have not specifically given to you, in this particular question, they have not given you specifically who you are addressing the letter to. Take a look at the question. They have given you the name of the school to which you are applying, which has given an advertisement, but they're not giving, they're not giving any specific details about who are you going to address your letter to. Use logic. If you're writing a job application to a school, it would be the principal, right? Or some authority related. In the hierarchy, that person should be the topmost. So the principal, the addressee's address comes here, so the person is writing the designation of the person, the principal, you are writing the principal, and you write the name of the school, okay. After that, you have written the name of the school, Bal Vidya Public School. I am not going that side and pointing, because then I come in front, like I overshadow the slide completely, and I don't want to do that. So this is the name of the school. After that, leave a line, write the subject. What is the subject? I think it will be easy for you to remember this format. I don't think it is very tough. Always, keep singing it in your head. Sender's address, and then date, addressee's address, and sender's address and addressee's address don't have the sender's name and addressee's name. You have to write the designation and address, not anything else. And in case you are a job applicant, obviously you don't have a designation, so you just write the address, okay. But in the case of the addressee here, you have the designation, the principal, name of the school, leaving a line, subject. Subject is what? Subject is something crisp, something that conveys the entire meaning or purpose of the letter that you are writing. Some very important people in the world don't have time to go to your letter if your subject is not right. Even in an email that you draft to somebody, there has to be a subject. If your subject is very lengthy, if it does not convey what you want to say in the letter, then people are not even going to your letter. The main body of the letter would be completely ignored. So please write a correct, correct subject. In some job applications, I have seen that they even ask you to write the advertisement number. But here we are not doing it because it's not specifically asked of us. So you will write application for the post of postgraduate teacher. This is the job vacancy. This is the vacant post here. So you would write application for the post of postgraduate teacher. This is the subject. After that, there is a salutation, right? So after the subject, you leave a line and you write the salutation. What can be the salutation in this case? Are you aware that the principal of the school is male or female? If you are aware, if you already know the person, then you can address it as sir, respected sir. But if you don't know what's the gender of the person, then you write sir / ma'am, because that's the basic formality that everybody practices, or else you can address it as only sir or only ma'am. But in CBSE, usually it is sir / ma'am. In response to your, so how do you begin writing the, I have not put everything on one slide because it would be crammed. So we are, a part of the letter is here, then we will move to the next slide. So you've written sir, madam. In response to your advertisement in the Bhilai Express, you are mentioning that I saw the advertisement in Bhilai Express, which was dated so and so, for the post of a political science teacher in your renowned school. You have to say nice things. You cannot be like, you cannot be very casual when you are writing this letter. It is formal writing. It is strictly formal writing, and in your life, this will 99.9% of the times you are writing a job application, a cover letter to any organization, you have to maintain that formality. So it's very simple, even in real life. So don't think that only CBSE is giving you a writing like this. So you would mention where did you exactly see the advertisement, all right? And you also express at the same time that I have seen the, But you are not that, see how the language is written there, you are not writing like I saw the advertisement. You are not using language like that which is casual. I saw an advertisement in the newspaper, so I thought I should be applying. If you are writing like this, you are not formal, okay. So don't use that language. Maintain strict formality in response to your advertisement, published in this published in this newspaper, dated so and so. I would like to offer my candidature. I would like to apply to the job. I am enclosing a copy of my CV. Keep it short, simple, no lengthy description here. You write, I am enclosing a copy of my CV because they have asked for it in the advertisement. For your perusal and kind consideration, for your consideration, for for your viewing, my candidature, my CV, I am sending it to you. Please see, measure me and call me for an interview. That's what you are trying to say. I am available for the interview on any day of your convenience. I am available whenever you want me to be, and I will be coming for the interview. If given a chance to serve you, I assure you of utmost sincerity and dedication. You have to speak like this, or you can write something additionally also. Speaking strictly and formally does not mean that you stop, you kill yourself in the process and you can't write anything from your end. You can write something like something that you think would be suitable. You can say a line on, I'm very passionate as a teacher and have performed very well for all the years that I have been working. So for your consideration, I'm sending my CV. Or you can say that I have always wanted to be a part of your school, so I would like to, offer my candidature. So something like that, but something formal. You can use your brains, you can use your writing skills, but maintain that formality. Don't go very casual and keep it short, because you also have to, in this 120 to 150 word limit, you also have to write a biodata or a CV or a resume. And CBSE has a certain requirement list there. They are not letting you write, whatever you want to write. You can't keep it very short, you can't keep it very long. You have to write exactly what they want you to write in your CV. Yours truly, yours sincerely, whatever you want to write, Sanjay, Sanjana Sharma. And at the end of this letter, you write something like, at the end where the letter ends, I am not going that side, you write ENCL. It means enclosed, enclosures. It is an acronym for enclosures. And you do this and you write CV, copies of degrees and certificates, or you can just simply write CV. It means with this letter there is my CV enclosed. Some people also write copies of degrees and certificates, which I have also written here, but that's optional. In the question they have asked only for the CV and not the documents as of now, but some people send the documents also in advance. Now what's your CV like? Because the question mentioned the term CV, curriculum vitae, so curriculum vitae. So here we are writing CV, or you can write the entire Latin term here. If CBSE asked you to write a biodata, you will write biodata here in the center, use the term that they've asked you to use. And these are the basic details that they want. Name, father's name, your date of birth, address, phone number, email address, marital status, age, nationality, or academic qualification. So basic things, and something like experience, hobbies, strengths, references. So I don't particularly agree with this format of CV writing or biodata writing, but these are the basic details that they want. So keep in mind, I'm going back to this slide, you have to write your name, your father's name. Some people even write mother's name here, so you can choose to write your mother's name as well. Date of birth is written, address, where you are staying, your current address, your permanent address, whatever you want to write, phone and email address, how do they contact you if you don't give your phone address, etc. Then they ask you for, like in the job applications, people usually write, in today's world, we don't write marital status and all of those things, but CBSE's format is like that, so you will write marital status, and I'm not even sure if it is, it is strictly like this. Maybe if you don't write it, then also it's okay, but most of the answers on the websites and in the books, they mention marital status, so you can write married, single, and age and nationality. And also remember, you are being asked your marital status, not your relationship status. So don't write single, confused, somewhere in between. Don't use that kind of terminology here. And academic qualification, and obviously if you are a person applying, you can be a fresher. If you are a fresher, you don't have any experience, don't write experience. But if you have any experience, which is especially very, very important in this, in your job application to the school, say you are already working in a school, so you can write that. Hobbies, like what do you like to do, reading, writing, watching movies, listening to music, whatever are your hobbies. Usually hobbies are not things in which you don't have to do anything. A lot of people say, I watch TV sometimes. What kind of hobby is that? You like to do that, that's a liking. Hobbies, usually in the professional context, hobbies are things that you invest your time and yourself in, and that from which you learn something, and it's a process in which you are cultivating your personality. So what kind of hobbies you should write when you are writing in an application like this? You could be writing something like writing, because you are investing your time and energy into it. You could be mentioning reading, and they might ask you about the books that you really like. You could be writing traveling or something. But traveling also, I feel that from the professional point of view, until you are using that travel for something specific, then it doesn't qualify as a good hobby to write in a job application. But it's a subjective opinion. So whatever in which you invest some time, like say you like to play badminton, so you can write playing badminton as a hobby, or swimming, things that you invest your time and energy in, and via which you are cultivating your personality and strengths. And some people even write weaknesses, but don't write that. And so references is the last thing that you write, even professionally in a CV or in a resume. Usually references are the last things written. References are people who know you, who can vouch for you, who can say that yes, this person is qualified, is a bona fide person, is a good worker, is a good professional. So those people, so it could be the name of your school teacher and the name and address. It could be your professor from college, name and address. It could be your previous manager, reporting manager, boss, in case like we are seeing that this is the application of a teacher applying to a job. So it could be the coordinator of a previous school, who can say that yes, this person was very good professionally. So references are asked because those people want to cross check. If they select you, they want to cross check whether you are the right candidate for the job or not, whether whatever you are saying is bona fide information, like is real, genuine information or not. Okay. So this is it for job application, and I hope you do well for this, and it's quite simple. A short letter, which is cover letter, which is formal, which is decent, which is basic, but shows your willingness to join that work, to join, to be a part of their organization. Saying nice things, but no buttering, please. Don't write things that are not required, like, I'm such a huge fan or anything. You just have to write simple things like, I'm willing to be a part of the organization, in your prestigious organization, and give your biodata. And don't write a fancy biodata, write things that are required. Name, father's name, address, educational qualification, experience, whatever. But stick to the format. Okay. So we are done with job application, and we shall be meeting for editorial letters. Job application letters are done. We will be writing letters to the editor. Until then, please take care. See you. Bye.